Directors of UN Women, members of HeForShe, and my fellow feminists, we are all united together to support a movement. This movement is called feminism, and the campaign in which we show support is called HeForShe. 7 years ago, UN Women Goodwill Ambassador Emma Watson helped to launch the HeForShe campaign. And since then, HeForShe has been working to promote the vitality of women's rights and to spread a message to help end gender inequality. And while we have been working towards our uniting goal of gender equality, we have perceived that most still do not support our ideals. Only recently I have declared myself a proud feminist. And since then, I have learned that while there are many who share the same aims as I, there are also many who have antagonistic opinions. These opinions are prevalent because we have grown up in a society that has expectations for women, requirements even. Feminism means equality. That does not mean that I hate men, that I want to burn my bra, or that every woman has to become a CEO. It means I fight for social, political, and economic equality between the sexes. However, feminism is not just about women becoming equal, though that is a large part of the argument. It is also about men being equal. It is about allowing men to cry, allowing men to freely express their emotions without being judged. Allowing your sons, brothers, and fathers a life that is free from prejudice and gender stereotypes. I am from America, and in the US, 25% of men are suffering from mental illness. In fact, suicide is a recurrent killer of men. Research shows that men are 4 times more likely than women to commit suicide. This is because male depression is underdiagnosed due to the fact that men are less likely to seek help for the fear that it will make them less manful or less pugnacious. In 1995 in Beijing, Hillary Clinton said, "If there is one message that echoes forth from this conference, let it be that human rights are women's rights, and women's rights are human rights once and for all. Let us not forget that among those rights are the rights to speak freely and the rights to be heard." During my research, I found that 14.2 million girls are married during childhood each year, and 21% of women alive today were married as children. And every 1 in 20 15 to 19-year-old girls have experienced rape. Because of this constant maltreatment and injustice towards women and girls, it is highly unlikely that we will achieve the gender equality ambitions set out in Agenda 2030. My recent research has also shown me that 21% of women refuse to identify as feminists because of the fear of harassment, particularly by the male population. This has to stop. Women are being mentally, physically, and emotionally incarcerated by the fear of the consequences they will receive by speaking their mind. Why are men not allowing women to stand up for their rights? And more predominantly, why are men not standing up for their freedoms as well? They are also imprisoned by these double standards which say men must be vigorous and women must depend on men. If men can recognize that they don't have to be strong and aggressive, then women will stop being accepted for being strong and educated. And I, as an advocate for change, believe in equality. But recently, I've seen that the word feminism has gotten a negative connotation. Many people are of the opinion that feminism is a movement and belief that is isolating and anti-men. By many, feminists are looked down upon as our opinions seem too robust and too aggressive. But by saying you are anti-feminist means you are sexist and believe that women should not have the same liberties as men. just because we were born daughters, should that mean that it is right that we must live a life in perpetual fear? We are told that friends might rape us if they've had too much to drink. Why is this considered acceptable by society? Just because they are men. Young girls are also taught to fully conceal their bodies in school, just so boys can have a distraction-free learning environment. And by sending a girl home to change her skirt that a teacher perceives as too short or too distracting, tells the girl that covering her body is more important than her education. By extension, this is saying that boys are more entitled to an education than she is. This is disgusting. We will not be able to overcome these old-fashioned, stereotypical double standards that society has set for us unless people are courageous. Unless people understand that it is valuable and effective to stand for what is right, and atrocious and ineffective to watch from the sidelines. HeForShe is not just a campaign for feminists, but an invitation for men and people of all genders to stand in solidarity with women to create a bold, visible, and united force for gender equality. It is a global effort to engage men and boys in removing the social and cultural barriers that prevent women and girls from achieving their full potential. And by supporting HeForShe, we are positively reshaping society. I believe that all people need to be equal. But I also believe that all people need to be different. I believe that each person is entitled to their own opinions and thoughts. No one can change them. If you want to be a doctor, be a doctor. If you want to be an actor, go be an actor. If you want to run for president, go and run for president. I think it is right that I can make choices for myself. I think it is right that women are involved in government decisions. I think it is right that I can make choices about my own body. I think it is right that all girls receive a proper education. And most importantly, I think it is right that I am in control of my own freedoms. A mentor said to me when I was young, "Nothing has ever been achieved by laziness." While this seems like a simple statement, it is sometimes very burdensome to choose what is right over what is easy. Every day we are confronted with choices, and whether consciously or subconsciously, we make decisions. But there will come a day in your life, it may be in the near or distant future, or you may have already been given the choice. And I encourage you to choose the hard, unpopular path. Choose the climb over the walk. Take the road less traveled. And while you embark on your journey, urge others to join you and do the same. So now I am presenting this opportunity to you. Step forward and join me and HeForShe on our ambitious mission to achieve gender equality. And if there's one thing I know for certain, it is that one will not achieve the light without overcoming the dark. Therefore, we will not obtain women's rights until those who are hiding and imprisoned in the dark break out and step into the light. Thank you very much.